here with Jess of the Wildzen, the owner, the creator, the founder of the beautiful brand of the Wildzen that you can find on Instagram. And I wanted to take the opportunity to bring her here. I mean, we've known each other for some time now. She vended at the seminar we had last year, and I think her work is so incredible and so unique. I have never seen anything like this prior to you. And even to this day, I come across maybe some people here and there, like very slim, of kind of do like work as yours, but not as beautiful as yours. With all due respect. So I wanted to highlight Jess and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So you guys, if you're not familiar with her, I'm gonna let Jess introduce, I guess. I love people giving a spiel of who they are, so do you mind sharing that?
Yeah, for sure. So Jess told you my name's Jess with the Wildzen, and what I do is I do mindful conscious art, and it's basically my whole brand is Mandalas, and here's a perfect example of one.
Yes, so beautiful.
I find all my rocks and I paint from the heart. Yeah,
I mean, you're like totally downplaying it. Like, she's an artist. First of all, let's just get that out there. But I really think you do a great job at translating your soul's work into your product. Like, it's so beautiful. And so can you explain a bit? Look at this. This is Frida, yeah?
Yep.
Look at that, how cute that is. And these are all made by order. They're custom made.
Custom made, yeah. Yeah, everything that I make is unique. It's custom. If someone tells me I'm feeling, you know, I don't know, I want an earthy vibe, or I want this, I usually have a conversation with the person before, and I get a feel for them, what they're looking for, and then I just kind of go with it from there.
Yeah. Oh, let me show. She actually custom made me one, and to her point, we connected, and she wanted to understand like what my colors are, my vibe,
and I think we both said purple right away.
We were oh my oh my god, look at that. That is so pretty. And the Om sign. I love my Om sign.
Love my Om.
Yeah. Can you share with folks, because some people who are watching this don't know what the Om sign is, and Jess has a background in yoga. She's a yogi. She's trained, she's studied it. Can you just give a quick spiel of that whole life and the connection to it with your spirituality?
Yeah, well, for me, I guess it could mean different things for different people, but Om is, it's just like the constant, you know, past, present, future, and the connection of it all, of life. And so, you know, when you had asked me to do the Om, I was like, that's so perfect, because it's just so fitting, you know, for you and for this whole journey that we've been on.
Yeah. So I wanted to get into your whole, like, you were sharing earlier, and I'm bummed we weren't recording at that moment because we were getting so into our conversation, but Jess has such, I mean, we all have unique stories, right? But Jess just recently found out, how long ago did you find out that you were like almost 50% Native American?
It's been about a year or two. Yeah, about a year that my dad did the DNA testing. Yeah. So it's been like a year. Cherokee and Navajo.
And that's really, I guess, allowed you to connect with your roots on a deeper sense?
Absolutely.
And you feel like that's translated more into your art?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, when, like I was telling you earlier, when I was 13, I went to the Grand Canyon. And, excuse me. So I went to the Grand Canyon, and it was my 13th birthday, and I didn't want to go. Yeah. It's like, who wants to go to the Grand Canyon when they're 13? But I did, and I came across a Native American man, and he was all, you know, in his turquoise and feathers, and I was just
his regalia.
Yeah, I was just so drawn to him. Yeah. And that's when I started to kind of fall in love with the whole culture. And I started collecting rocks. So at 13 I started collecting rocks, and I started painting on them and giving them as gifts, and my parents still have like a little rock that I painted them when I was 13. Sweet. And so fast forward to, you know, now, I have a close friend of mine who's a psychic medium, and she kind of put the dots together for me. She said, you know, you're Native American, how do you not know that? And then my dad did the testing, and then it came back that he's like almost 50%, you know, and so it all just kind of made sense.
Came full circle, like the Om.
Exactly, like full circle. Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Right? Isn't that why? I think that's why you like jive to it so much, because I know you really are fond of the symbolism behind it, and it appeals to you. And
Absolutely.
I think that's why it's another extension of that. And I wanted you to share a bit about this whole owl experience that she was telling me about. That I think is so unique and so beautiful. Tapping into animal totems as spirit messengers, that's something that I think a lot of us are really into in our journey. And so can you share about your owl animal totem that you've been experiencing that's so rare?
I know.
You're so blessed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I am. A lot of owl sightings, and not just visions, but actual visits from a white owl for
not
a few years.
Owl, a white owl.
Yeah. And it's happened. I mean, I've been in the parking lot of, you know, in and out with my kids, and we see a white owl fly by.
Wow.
Just last Saturday, there was 2 white owls that went, and they flew across my car. I was with my husband.
Not 1, but 2.
Yeah. It's happened actually several times this month. I've seen the white owl, and it's like every time I see this owl, it's just as special as the first time. Every single time.
What do you feel that represents to you? What do you think it's like the message behind that is? I mean, it could be a variation of things and depending on the moment, but I don't know.
Well, I know for sure it's my roots, my ancestors, and
oh yeah, because I don't think we shared. That's the for which tribe is it?
I want to
say
connection to I want to say either one of the 2, but I know
one of the 2 of her lineage of her Native American tribes, either Navajo
or Cherokee.
It is the owl representation.
Right. Is the totem. It's pretty, you know, intense. So yeah, I want to say that it's ancestry. It's something.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they're your spirit guides coming
for sure.
in. Yeah.
And I feel like it's almost like, you know, because I've made eye contact before, and it's almost like
that's wild.
Yeah, it's almost like, okay, I see you, you know, and it
honoring.
Absolutely. And time, literally every time, like it's like time just stands still, and it's like that connection, that pause, and then
feel it.
And then it's gone. Yeah.
That's dope. So have any of you experienced your own animal totems? I want to know. I think we'd be curious, because I think everyone has some sort of connection through their ancestors in that sort of sense. So comment below if you have or haven't. But I just thought that was so beautiful to share and so unique, because I think a lot of people are starting to tap into the symbolism in their life. And when you shared that, I've been talking to a lot of people who have been sharing their own like animal spirits, and I thought this would be great resonating with those folks, to give a deeper meaning behind it. It's like, oh no, you're not just coming across like you know, bees just because, like, you know, like there's a reason for all of that. So
absolutely.
I'm curious though, you said you started when you were 13. So did you know you could paint at a young age, or you just got the rock and the rock really was like the catalyst to you exploring art?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever considered myself an artist.
Oh my God,
until recently, where it was like, this is a gift, and I appreciate the gift, and I'm grateful for the gift. So because, you know, I don't know, I guess I was just not open.
Yeah, you were downplaying.
I was not open to thinking artist, right?
Being humble.
Yeah.
We all do that.
Yeah. So I just I found the rock. It was my little canvas, and it just went from there. Yeah.
So that's how you just started exploring art.
Yeah, just through painting on rocks, and then, you know, it obviously expanded a little bit. When I was in high school, I was like, I won art contest, I did all that, and even then it was like, I was actually speaking to a woman a few months back, and she's a baker, but she's a very famous baker. She I don't know if you've heard of her, Alicia's Delicias, the cookies, and she does like the conchas and all that. Like she's really blown up the culture in like the baking world, like the Latinx culture. And she was like downplaying it. She's like, oh, I'm just a baker. And I'm like, no, you're not just a baker. You're an artist. Just like you take that time and effort to do all this detail. And she's the same. Like, she will make cookie tacos, and they look like little tacos. Like, you're like, that's a cookie, and it looks so great. It's
beautiful. It's artwork, so it's like, you're an artist, so
yeah.
stop.
And you know, with every single piece that I make, I really do dive deep. So sometimes one piece might take me longer than another because I put everything into it. So when I get a rock,
a lot of work.
I get a rock, I find all of my rocks. And I cleanse them all. And usually I soak them first, cleanse them with sage. And then
that color's so pretty.
I don't
Where did you find this one? Do you remember?
You know what? I went rock hunting with my little guy, with my son. I think we was somewhere in Mount Baldy.
Okay, so I remember that on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that one was this, and then this one's from the beach in Carlsbad.
They're such perfect rocks. You really have an eye for it.
Thank you.
I was telling Jess, like, I messaged her when she shared when her and her son were exploring the beach, and I was like, girl, because there was all these rocks laid out, and it was overwhelming. I was like, girl, how do you do that? I'd be like so like cross-eyed, like,
oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, it was great though. I get to just like, and honestly, like every time I pick up rocks, I do thank the earth because she's allowing me to make art from her, you know. So
that's the Native American roots in you, right? There, honoring Mother Earth.
Totally, yeah.
It comes to you so naturally.
I know. I never thought about that. Yeah,
that's totally it.
Yeah.
Well, Jess, I want folks to find you. Can you please share your social, your website, anything, anywhere we can find you?
Yeah, the Wildzen.com. I have a website.
Yes.
And then Instagram at the Wildzen.
The Wildzen. Of course, I'll drop all the links, but this is her logo, so if you can see that. But I'll drop all the links below and the website and all that stuff. And so, can you just share with folks, I don't know, what's one thing you want to share? One fun thing of why they should be invested in who Jess is in the Wildzen? Maybe why you do it, or
Yeah, I'd like to spread more conscious art. It's not just something I'm throwing out there. This is really meaningful to me. And it's every piece of art is unique, and I send it to you. And it's really from my heart, and I feel like it connects us.
It's an extension of your soul.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I love it. Well, I love my piece. I mean, I'm gonna share a photo after the video when we wrap up. But thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to support artists. I mean, I think art is so underrated in our society. We spend so much money on sports. It's ridiculous that we don't even have funding in the arts. I know, it's ridiculous. So whenever you see an artist, whether that's a musician or a painter or someone who makes mandalas on rocks, like, please support the arts, because artists are so underappreciated in our community to translate the thought into a physical incarnation. So thank you so much,
Thank
Jess.
you. I appreciate it.
All right, guys, don't forget to check her out at the Wildzen, and thanks for tuning in. This is your Esoteric Essa. Deuces. Bye.
Bye.